Everyone loves Avatar: The Last Airbender, and Amber Midthunder is no exception. So if you would like to find out why this Prey star geeked out over her role in the upcoming live-action Avatar series, and why Netflix's adaptation of Avatar shouldn't ignore this one group in particular that the 2010 movie did, you're going to have to stick around and find out. Let's get started. Who will Amber Midthunder be in the Avatar: The Last Airbender series? Well, it looks as if Amber Midthunder has gotten a dream role in the upcoming Avatar: The Last Airbender series. This brilliant actress received a lot of praise for her role in the Predator prequel, but maybe the princess of the Northern Water Tribe is where her real success will lie. When Netflix announced the cast for Avatar: The Last Airbender in September, fans were ecstatic to see Amber's name on the list. She's set to play Princess Yue, and this might have come as a pleasant surprise to those who enjoyed watching her star in Prey. Now, there's a massive difference between these two roles, but the native New Mexican actress seems to be just as excited as fans are about this role. There are certainly a few challenges she'll face with this new role, but we're sure she'll do a great job in the upcoming series. So, what did Midthunder have to say about her role in Avatar: The Last Airbender? In a recent interview with Empire, she said she's geeking out, and I loved Avatar as a kid. I rewatched it recently, and I love that character, Princess Yue. I'm very excited. We're just as excited as she is. It's been quite some time since we've gotten a show like Avatar: The Last Airbender or The Legend of Korra. And let's not bring up the horrendous 2010 film. Now, it is weird to think that the children who grew up watching Avatar: The Last Airbender are old enough to star in a remake of the show, but when you put the existential dread behind you, you can be infected with Midthunder's enthusiasm. There's a lot of nostalgia running around with the announcement of the upcoming series, and fans will be even more excited knowing that true fans are playing the roles of their favorite characters. Midthunder is also still riding the high from the well-received and well-reviewed Prey. Her role in this film didn't just receive praise from the general audience, but from her own people of the Comanche Nation as well. Much care went into the proper representation of their culture, as well as that of other Native American groups, and it appears as if it paid off. Now, who can we expect to see in the series? The Netflix Avatar: The Last Airbender series will star Gordon Cormier as the titular Avatar Aang. We'll also see Anne with an E's star Kyoentio as Katara, and 13 Reasons Why's Ian Owsley will be Sokka. Pen 15's Dallas Liu will play as Zuko. Now, alongside the main cast, we have Paul Sun-Hyung Lee of Kim's Convenience taking on the lovable character of Uncle Iroh. And in our opinion, we think this is a great fit. Community's Danny Pudi will play the Mechanist, and Utkarsh Ambudkar from Ghost, the US version, will play King Boomy. We're also going to see the brilliant George Takei call Mushu again. Wait, no, rather than being terrorized by a dragon this time, he'll be taking on the role of the face-stealing spirit Ko. And if you're worried about everyone's favorite character, the Cabbage Merchant, you can rest easy knowing that he will be played by the same person that voiced him in the animated series, James C. Next, which group should Netflix's series remember that the movie forgot? The Netflix adaptation of the popular show can add one group that the M. Night Shyamalan movie totally forgot. Now, the series can fix a lot of mistakes the movie did, and if they add this group, they'll be taking another step in the right direction. This secret group is directly tied to the original show's plot and gives many characters a lot of character progression, especially Uncle Iroh. The group is also a major presence in the final 4 action-filled episodes of the original series. Adding this special group will fix a lot of mistakes that the film made and will also boost Netflix's fidelity from fans after the departure of the show's original creators, Brian Konietzko and Michael Dante DiMartino. So why is the Order of the White Lotus vital to Avatar's story? Now, the group we've been hinting at is the Order of the White Lotus, but you probably already figured that out. In the original show, the White Lotus is an ancient secret society that transcends the boundaries of the 4 nations. The group was formed to seek wisdom, philosophy, and truth, all while sharing knowledge among its members across political and national boundaries. In The Last Airbender, it doesn't seem as if the White Lotus is an integral part of Aang's story until the final season's last few episodes. However, the foreshadowing of the White Lotus started in season 2, and it was brilliant to finally see them at the end of the show and how crucial they actually were to the story. In the 4-part finale of Avatar: The Last Airbender, the White Lotus launches an attack on Ba Sing Se, the Earth Kingdom's capital, in an attempt to liberate the impenetrable city from the Fire Nation's reign. And this isn't Uncle Iroh's first time in front of these walls. Luckily, this time his efforts paid off. Now, before Ba Sing Se fell to the Fire Nation, it was vital to the 100-Year War, as it was basically untouched by the Fire Nation, meaning that that the latter couldn't really gain control of the city. Now, the White Lotus's liberation of Ba Sing Se not only helps end the war, but also gives pivotal story roles to the characters we've met throughout the series. Next, why should the Netflix series set up the White Lotus early? Foreshadowing for the White Lotus didn't happen until season 2 of The Last Airbender, but Netflix's adaptation would certainly benefit from setting up the White Lotus as early as season 1. One reason for this is the increased development of Uncle Iroh. In the first season of the series, Uncle Iroh is the funny companion, with subtle hints indicating his deeper history. Now, if Netflix were to set up the White Lotus in season 1, Uncle Iroh's spiritual journey could be foreshadowed to pay off in later seasons. Also, many members of the White Lotus were people we met at the earlier stages of the show. Setting up the White Lotus earlier and foreshadowing who these members are is a great way to connect all of the seasons together. This will intrigue newer viewers to the show even more and be a brilliant Easter egg for fans that have watched Avatar: The Last Airbender and knows how important the White Lotus is to the show. Now, who are all the members of the White Lotus? Many of the older characters we meet in Avatar are members of the White Lotus. To communicate their status to other members, they use a particular strategy in the game of Pai Sho. They will place their tiles in a bloomed lotus bud formation, with the key White Lotus tile at the center. Now, all of the members of the White Lotus are: the first member is Iroh. Uncle Iroh is the White Lotus's Grandmaster and Grand Lotus. This gives him the power to unite the Order. He led the group at the liberation of Ba Sing Se and used Sozin's comet to empower his firebending. Up until that point, the group relied on secrecy, but opted to reveal their identities to help end the war. In the show, they also revealed that Iroh is a member of the White Lotus before he told everyone. Zuko was oftentimes frustrated with the amount of time Iroh plays Pai Sho, but he always said it is more than just a game. Even in season 1, he changes their course to find a White Lotus tile, but many suspect it was actually to go to a secret White Lotus meeting, as Iroh magically found his Lotus tile in his robes a while later. Or hey, maybe he just wanted to go shopping. But later, when he talks to Zuko, he also explains that the Lotus tile is essential for the unusual strategy. Iroh was always one step ahead, and we hope the live-action series gives us the Iroh we're hoping for. Another member is King Bumi, the king of Omashu and earthbending master. Bumi is a part of the White Lotus. He is also a high-ranking member of the group. Being 112 years old, Bumi is one of Aang's closest friends, and despite his old age, he's one of the best earthbenders the world has ever seen. Well, just under Toph, that is. Now, a few other White Lotus members. Feng was also a White Lotus member, and although he isn't a high-ranking member, he helps Zuko and Iroh a lot. When they needed passports to go to Ba Sing Se, he made sure they got them, and when bounty hunters were after them, he kept them safe. Another member of the White Lotus is Zhang, the firebender that turned against the Fire Nation. Pian Dao is also a member. You'll remember him as Sokka's swordmaster. Paku is a member as well. The master waterbender of the Northern Water Tribe looked like an unsympathetic character, but as the show progressed and he stopped being a loser, we saw how the White Lotus can change people, as the Order is devoted to sharing knowledge regardless of nation. And that same logic can be applied towards gender. With his wisdom and exceptional waterbending skills, Paku is a crucial member of the Order of the White Lotus. There are also a few unnamed members in The Legend of Korra, and a few others in the novels that have been released. But these are some of the major names that we hope to see in Netflix's version of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Sadly, this is where our video is going to have to end. If you enjoyed it, let us know in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe for more content like this. See ya!